Hey ghosties, this is part 2 of the Bestiary mushrooms, an ancient race of giant mushrooms. Mentioned in even the oldest of human tales, the mushrooms seem to be ever present, as an intelligent race roaming only in the deepest woods. They mostly share a friendly attitude. That being said, they don't tolerate any major moral disagreements, even more so betrayals. There are two kinds of mushrooms, the grand and the cursed. The two factions remain in constant state of conflict. At times this feud turns violent, but mostly remains mutual reluctance. The mushrooms live in cycles, or perhaps their cycles are rather easy for the humans to comprehend. Every year they perish only to come back again in their secret sanctuary, guarded by the timeless sentinels. Their roles, alignment, and allies are only meaningful within a cycle. And however exalted their goals are, they all begin and end all the same, every cycle. Such is the nature of the lesser beings. Thank you for sticking around. We'll continue on the others. Borvi, Borko, and Slippery Jack, the mushroom twins. Borvo may be grumpy and cynical, but he's good-natured. He doesn't seem easy to convince once he's set his mind on a given matter. He seems rather focused on rational explanations and will most likely refuse to accept some more uncanny points of view. Jack, on the other hand, seems dyspective, witty, cunning, and self-centered. He tends to manipulate people. The goals he aims to achieve that way are rarely entirely rational. He's an expressive figure of an artistic nature. While his tone and manner of speaking are always dignified, his mind remains chaotic. Night, a grand mushroom, dignified, of noble descent or breed. A knight paladin who has devoted his life to warfare. He tends to overpraise his achievements. The light in which he portrays himself may not always be neutral. His unmistakable, unique refinement remains a mystery. Rebel, a cursed mushroom, a bandit and an outlaw who has slipped the noose more times than anyone can count. Always about freedom at any cost. A born revolutionary who may be a bit more over his head. He opposes the order, never conforming to the rules or standards. Aggressive, violent, determined. A sworn enemy of the lawful who he considers weak. In his passionate fervor, he often gets aggressive and brutally violent. Spy, a grand mushroom. A quiet, cool-headed, cunning agent. A counterintelligent operative. A master in his craft. Tough, tight-lipped, a bit of a creepy figure that's mistrustful of almost everyone and prefers to stay in the shadows. He's always willing to bend the law to get to the truth, which he seeks with his patience of inquiry. Bud, a recluse among the little mushrooms, not very fond of his friends. His ways are his own. It is not easy to determine everything about his goals and ambitions. After a brief encounter with Yaga, he set off for a distant horizon. If there ever will be a story in which he plays a bigger part, it is clearly not this one. Twig, the dodgiest of little mushrooms, always on the lookout for ways to outsmart his way through. Probably shouldn't be trusted. Then again, his little sister really is missing, isn't she? Bloom and Florette, Twig's little henchmen, always full of fighting spirit, rarely with a sound plan to back it up. Alright, ghosties, thank you for sticking around through the whole video. This was the bestiary mushrooms, and this is where this one's gonna end off. It was a little bit scuffed, but thanks for being here. I send you off.